Hi, I'm Clifford L Marshall II for CLM TV, here interviewing one of the top business owners here in Harlem, Clara Villarosa. And Clara has an extensive background in business, so hi Clara, how are you?
I'm fine. Matter of fact, I think I'm great.
You're doing great, huh?
Yes.
Great. So Clara, give the folks here a little bit about your background. I know you have an extensive background.
Right. I started out as a psychiatric social worker.
Okay.
However, it changed. Went into hospital administration, a banker, and then an entrepreneur. So it wasn't a direct route to entrepreneurship. But however, in each job situation, I learned something that benefited me in being an entrepreneur.
Okay. Now tell us about the biggest entrepreneurial endeavor that you did, because everyone knows you about that.
Well, the biggest one is in Harlem, but I started in 1984 in Denver, Colorado. And that was a small store. However, it was a small African-American specialty bookstore.
Okay.
It was in Denver. It wasn't a large number of African-Americans. However, it was enough for me to get started and then position it as the largest African-American bookstore in the country. As a matter of fact, it was a marketing strategy because if you name it, you claim it.
Okay.
It may not have been at the time in Denver, but once I got to Harlem, it really is the largest African-American bookstore in the country. I'm currently retired, but I love being an entrepreneur.
Now tell our folks the name of that big bookstore in Harlem.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was trying to think of what to call it. I really didn't want to call it Clara's Bookstore. No, that didn't ring well.
Okay.
But African-American specialty store, I thought of human, Hue-Man. Hues, shades and colors of man.
Right.
And so it stuck, and people often refer to, the Hue-Man.
Right. Right, right, and it's a fantastic bookstore. So now that you're retired, you're working even harder than you used to work, because now you started your own business. You do consulting work, and you do workshops.
That's right.
And you just did a workshop for the Business Owners Ministry. And what was the name of that workshop?
It was called First Steps. It's the first steps. What you do is you have a business idea, and it's running around in your head, and you don't know what to do next. So I came up with the very first steps that you need to consider if you really want to start a business, and take that business idea out of your head and put it to paper and get to working on a plan.
Wow. And then you decided to write a book.
That's right.
And what's the name of your new book that's coming out?
Down to Business.
Okay. And you have some steps in Down to Business.
That's right.
And
I have 10 steps.
Okay.
I'll tell you the first 3.
Okay.
The first one, are you an entrepreneur? Do you have what it takes? What is your background, and what do you bring to the table in order to be a successful entrepreneur in terms of your business idea?
Okay.
Number 2, what is the idea? Flush it out.
Right.
What is it that you're wanting to do? Is it a business? Is it a service? And third, money.
That's a big part.
That's a big part.
Right.
Where do you get it? How much do you need? And how will you manage the money that comes in, the revenue that comes into your business?
Wow. So the first step is, are you an entrepreneur?
Are you an entrepreneur?
Right.
And not everybody's cut out to be an entrepreneur.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Because it takes perseverance. It takes problem solving. You have to manage yourself. You have to manage people. You have to manage your vendors, your suppliers.
Right. And
So
number 2 was?
Number 2, what is that idea? What are you doing? Well, when I thought about the Hue-Man Bookstore, you say, well, she's a bookstore, sells books.
Right.
Basically, I'm in the retail business. My product is books.
Right. Right.
So I need to understand about retail.
Okay. And then the third one, of course, is money.
Is money. Where do you get the money? For me, the first time around, I had to use my own money.
Wow.
Being a banker, if I had gone to the bank and asked the bank for money, I would have told me no.
Well, there you have it, folks. Clara Villarosa, one of the top business owners. She started one of the top black-owned bookstores in the country. It's now here in Harlem called the Hue-Man Bookstore. And if you want more information about Clara's books or any of her workshops, you can go to my website. It's right there on the screen. And then I will give you all the information you need to get in contact with this lovely lady. Clara, thank you for this interview.
No, thank you for the opportunity.